Welcome to another test and teardown video. Look at this one. ABA TVE number 25. I think this is a galvanometer, but I am not able to Google anything about this name or number or brand or anything. So that is just impossible. So if you know anything about this, and even if you're able to tell me the name, brand, age, whatever, please do that. I think that's banana connectors, and it says positive here, so I guess this will be DC power input. And I bet this will be the test button. And that will be the different ranges. And the idea with a galvanometer is this is actually a bridge, and the meter here is in the middle. So what you do is you just aim for 0 reading, and when you got 0 reading, you can read out what the resistance is. So if you put on a 4 ohm resistor here, and you put this to 1, and that will be 4 here, and then you'll have a 0. Of course, you need to push this and then do this at the same time, I guess. At least this is how galvanometers normally work, and that is why there is no scale on the meter. The 0 is quite alright, but I don't see any battery indications or anything. They taped it here, so I guess I need to remove the tape and just unscrew this. I think this is a very, very thin sheet of bakelite or some stuff like that. The rest here is definitely bakelite. It is cracked a little bit because this material is quite fragile, and it's also very, very old. I believe this could easily be 1950 or something like that, right? So we just need to open it first and see what is inside. So the bananas, that is definitely battery connections. And if I'm not mistaken, the size here is one of those 4.5 volt battery, you know, with the little flippity floppity here at the top, and then you just stick them in here. Boing! And that will be the measurement connections. There isn't really a lot to see. Oh yeah, look at that. Got 2 screws here, and we got a... Are they two... Let's see. Maybe we can open it a little bit more. Maybe we should just try and see if it actually works before I pull it apart. I'm a little bit afraid I'm not able to do that. How do I take off those? Don't know. But it definitely looked like we got 2 different halves, and they must be screwed together here somehow, right? Well, it can't really be those 2 screws. It doesn't really make sense. This looks correct. So what's the point? Of course it works. I just put in 4.5 volts DC. I put in 2.2 ohm resistors in series, so it should be more or less 4.4, right? Oh, by the way, next control, September 1976. So the last time this was checked. That reveals a little bit about its age. So let's put this here, push the button, see, and it goes positive. So then I go, ooh, look at that. Carefully dial in the value. So I got 0, and then you read 4.4 or 4.3 something. Isn't that amazing? it really works. I would love to know how the heck is this made, because that pot meter feels really good. Galvanometer pot meters for this is normally made in a very special way, like a ring of resistor wire. It actually touches, so it's not going to be any jumps or anything like that. And you can also feel this when you're dialing this. You can hear? I think it's because it's scraping here. I don't know what kind of pot that is. So I really would like to see if I can open this thing. So that is going to be the next. And look, this is a classic way to make those contacts. See, many layers of some. See when I'm dialing this. There isn't any like clickety click. It looks like somebody repaired this with glue and something. See, this was actually cracked many years ago, and it was repaired really nicely. Pretty good restore, so somebody fixed this. Somebody really did care. How do I open this? I see some, so those three, but it can't be, right? I really don't accept that I can't figure this out. Thinking I'm starting to figure this out, so I removed this. There was a little metal stick in here, this unreleased, and I was actually able to pull out the knob. I still am not able to. And then I can now see those three screws. Maybe that is the thing. And I believe this mark, I just made it a little bit more clear, but there was a mark here, and there's actually also a tiny little mark here. So this explains how this is supposed to be mounted. And look, this is calibration oval holes, so you can fine tune the placement of this dial. And what do you know? It was this. Isn't that funny? Really? Something completely different is hidden here. I have never seen anything like this. So that is, they just reused the same piece of material, and it was supposed to be something else, and that didn't work out. So okay, we just want to fix it or reuse this material. Isn't that funny? So I think we are in. This was definitely fixed. This is a homebrew fixie. This is old. Oh my gosh, this is old. Well, I think it's a long time ago since I've seen anything this old. This is really old. Boy, the smell is powerful. A lot of home soldering and whatnot. And exactly what I said about this fine-tuning resistor. See those two wires here? They connect to the side of this resistor wire. So this is definitely the resistor wire. And see how it works with the slider that goes around here. There's no backslash, there's no problems at all. And the center wire, see, goes here. To prevent any loose connections, there's just a wire. It will just stay there. Isn't that just a funny way to do it? Huh. Well, that is great. So there's no slider, there's no bad connections at all. It is only, and it goes super smooth. It's a great feeling. this is definitely a good meter. Yeah. And this is the test switch, yeah. Oh, it even says the resistance values written here. Those are probably very, very accurate. And they're soldered to a piece that goes directly on here. Looks like there's a connection going through here. It's a little bit cracked maybe. But this is also very, very old, so of course it has really been used a million times. Somebody was super happy about this instrument, also because it's really, really accurate. So of course they were happy. Yeah, I better put it back together. So the trick is, you don't take away those 3 screws. See, you're not supposed to access them, because you can't see the nuts from this side. And also, what got me into the right path, that was this little locking piece here. That reveals you're not supposed to unscrew them, because they must be handled from this side. And this is not going to give you access to the instrument anyway. Ooh. Ooh, it's really, really loose in here in the... I don't know if you can see this. If I push. Maybe I should try and push up. Or down. Yeah, look. This is how loose it is. So it should have been fixed in the mechanics. This meter is not supposed to be this loose. But it reads really, really good. Alright. Galvanometer. That's what it is. Ultra fine, ultra accurate, ultra high resolution ohm meter. That's what it does.